and welcome back to yet another episode of the 101 Things Under the Sun podcast. I am BrownieBits, and I have a refreshing beer with me. And with me, as always, is Old Man Hoodrich. How are you, my friend?
I need to turn the hearing aid up today.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's fine. We're good now. I can hear again.
Oh, good. Oh, man. How are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Glad that BrownieBits finally left Florida. Starting to get on my nerves there.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, for those of you that do not know, I took a visit down to visit the old man, make sure his retirement home was treating him fairly. But we hung out the past couple of days, and I had a lot of fun.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Had a lot of fun.
Florida's a fun time for all.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're a goose.
True. Oh man. Yeah. We drank some good beer. We watched Meatballs for the first time, and we had some delicious food.
Oh yes, sir. We had a lot of good food.
Oh man.
And that brings us to our topic this week. We're just gonna be talking about food, what we like, what we don't like, and if I want to throw it at somebody.
Well, that's always good to have the option to do that. You know.
Yeah, we're grown adults. We could do what the fuck we want.
Exactly. And you're an old man, so it makes it even better.
Mm-hmm. If I want to fucking stuff my face full of mashed potatoes and reenact a scene from Animal House and be a zit popping, I'll fucking do it.
Exactly.
I have that right. It's America. God damn it.
America. Oh man. So, what? It's always hard asking what's your favorite food because there's so many different options that are so different. But what is your go-to?
I was gonna interject a different question.
Okay, well, why don't we listen to your question and then I'll
I'll answer yours.
Okay.
Go-to food.
Your go-to food.
Kind of similar to what I was gonna say. Wasn't gonna ask what your favorite food was. I was gonna ask if you're ever just like thinking about what to have. Mm-hmm. What's your default? But that's kind of your go-to.
Yeah, very similar.
Different sides of the same coin.
Exactly.
I think I'd have to say just a nice slice of pizza.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
And from there, we've got different kinds of pizza.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'm a huge Chicago deep dish guy. Mm-hmm. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, especially when fucking New Yorkers hate it, but they're missing out on the good stuff.
I had, I think it was Uno's the last time I was up there.
Not a fan of Uno's, but
it may have been Uno's. I don't remember exactly one. Uno's name stuck in my head for whatever reason. But I did have one specifically from Chicago, one of Chicago's oldest pizzerias. And, it was tasty. It was one of those where heart attack waiting to happen, but it was pretty darn tasty.
What is a heart attack waiting to happen?
That's vegan very food? True. Yeah.
That's not even food.
That's your grass clippings out there.
No, that's the food my food eats, okay? Fuck that.
Oh man.
Thank you, Ron Swanson.
Yes. But yeah, it was tasty because I've made both sides of the spectrum. I've made deep dish Chicago style pizza, and I've made New York's, the cracker crust New York style pizza before.
I thought New York style had a little bit of flop or what?
It really depends. I mean, if you go upstate, it's going to be a little different.
Because also a little known fact, another Chicago brand or style of pizza is that ultra thin crust, the really like crackery stuff. Your typical pub pizza, it's really, really thin. You get a good crunch. That also has a big home in Chicago. So not a lot of people know that because they mostly associate deep dish with Chicago.
Yeah. New York style, basically the best way to describe New York style is going to be the true hand tossed, and then the dough is made a certain way. Mm-hmm. It's not like flavorless, but it's more like along the just a plain breadstick type of taste to it. Whereas I think I think Chicago style, at least the ones that I've had before, was kind of a sweet bread. You know, kind of had a little bit of a sweetness
It
to
just
it.
depends on the place.
Yeah, yeah,
But and then another staple of Chicago pizza in general is the square cut.
yeah,
You don't have slices, you get squares. That's
yeah.
how pizza should be.
Squares, and then the New York style is the big, slices as big as your head.
The big
That's
honking
I
triangle.
I guess the just ridiculously large pizzas would be more typical of the New York style than anything else.
Oh, while
But
we're talking about pizza, um,
yes.
just large pizza in general, there's a place in San Antonio. Can't remember the name. It's a very generic name or whatever. But if you order, what is it, the grande or whatever the largest size is,
Hmm.
um, it's like 22 pounds or something. It's an
Ooh.
obscenely large pizza pie.
Yeah.
The video I was watching, this guy was asked to pull his car. They asked him if he had a truck when he ordered it, like a truck or an SUV or something. And he's like,
Yeah.
no. And they're like, well, good luck carrying it or whatever. And they're like, well, pull your vehicle around in the back and we'll load it up. And he's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He pulled it around and literally this thing was just 25 pounds and it was massive. It had to be at least 2 feet by 2 feet.
Oh my
Not even
gosh.
exaggerating. And it was a large box.
Yeah.
It was probably even bigger than that because this guy was like balancing it on his head using both hands and he couldn't reach the sides.
Jeez. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so that
sounds
was a
like a there. That sounds like a pizza place near, or I think it was in Springfield, Illinois, but it was called the Pizza Machine. And basically, they had tracks on the ceiling for these cranes that actually lifted the pizza for the waitresses because they were so large. It would
oh
have to
good
take
god.
2 or 3 people to carry them out to the table. So they had literal tracks going out to all the tables on, on the ceiling.
Looks like I need to go to Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was in Springfield, Illinois.
We'll
But
set up a new segment. Old
yeah,
man versus food.
there we go.
Oh, the food's gonna win most often than not. But
Well, you're not.
I'll give it an A plus effort.
That's all that matters. The entertainment value.
Hmm. I'm no man versus food.
No, no, that
I'm no
that guy is
Kobayashi,
ridiculous. Yeah.
Joey Chestnut. The list goes on.
Oh man, big stomachs, big stomachs. But yeah, so pizza. I think that's a very easy go-to, especially if you have a couple frozen ones in the fridge or in the freezer, and you're like, I just don't know what to make, and I don't feel like making anything, and then bam, you know what? Hey, pizza's good. Hit the oven, let it preheat, throw it in there for however long, and
Yes,
you got
sir.
yourself
So,
a
so
decent
is that
meal.
your answer then? Your favorite
Yeah,
go-to or
I
whatnot?
would say my go-to would be pizza.
All right, then I'll go ahead and ask the generic question of what's your favorite food right now? Because everybody's favorite changes over time. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But like in the last month or whatever, what's the one food that you've just had that you've not necessarily always had a hankering for, but more often than not, you just want?
Well, as of right now, I think that could go to um, just just a good old like cold cut sandwich. Right now, that's one thing that I've always, I mean, I enjoy the hot meals. I'm eating, or tonight I ate chicken and noodles and I had some corn with it. Delicious, especially since it's homemade chicken broth. But I don't know, that cold cut sandwich has kind of been in my, whether it be like a Jimmy John's sub with the cold cuts on it, or Subway, or just the generic one where you get from the deli counter at the supermarket.
Just anything. Okay.
Yeah, just
And
any cold cut sandwich, I guess you
I'm
could say.
sorry, but I did black out there for a little bit because all I was picturing was the Geico commercial
Yeah,
where the guy's dancing in the aisle after they call his number. He's like, "Got my cold cuts. Got my cold cuts." You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. That's all I was thinking of for a little bit there. Well,
Well, that's been me
sorry.
for a little while, so
Okay. Dancing in the grocery store aisle, waiting for your lunch meat.
exactly, exactly. So, what would your favorite one right now?
Right now, I think I'd have to go with a nice lasagna.
Ooh,
Had a good hankering for lasagna, and I'm gonna make it tomorrow.
that sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. Nice homemade lasagna. I actually, I have never once ordered a lasagna when I've been out of like a restaurant. I
Really?
see it on the menu sometimes. I'm just like, that'd be weird to order lasagna.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could order spaghetti at a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, but how is that any different than ordering a lasagna? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I don't know.
I
It's
like
just a
the.
weird thing I always think of. I'm like, so somebody's got to make a whole lasagna, and what if they don't sell it? But they sell different sized pans. They could just have a little personal pan lasagna,
See,
whatever. I guess. I don't
there's
know.
there's a lot of places that do
Questions I need
the
answered.
there's a lot of places that do the personal size pan. So they'll make it, fresh in that pan, and that's your serving size.
Hmm. Well,
So,
no, and that's what I think. But it's like, how am I ever going to know this answer to this question unless somebody tells me?
yeah,
And you don't count. You're not the expert. You don't work in an
no,
Italian
no,
place.
I do not, and it would change based off of the Italian place.
Hmm.
It
I
really
know
just
that's what I
depends.
figured, but that's just bathroom thoughts I have. Random thoughts in the shower. Everybody has them.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always good to think about those things too, because that's always something like going into a restaurant and they make something in bulk, and you're just like, what if they make this in bulk and just don't sell like half of it every day? You know?
It could go to the starving kids in Africa,
Yeah, I would
but it
hope it
doesn't.
does, but it doesn't. But yeah, whatever. Yeah. So lasagna's a good choice. That definitely sounds delicious.
Hmm.
Your favorite? Oh, here's one. This is always something that I really enjoy to ask people because it kind of gets your favorite beverage along with the meal. What's your favorite food that you pair with a beer? It doesn't have to be
Ooh,
like any specific beer. It could
that's a
be just
hard
like beers in
question
general or your
because
favorite beer.
because depending on what I order depends on the. It can determine the beer order of what I order.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I order a burrito or something, I'm going to get a Shiner Bock,
Mm-hmm.
which is a Texas beer, or like a Corona or a Dos Equis or something like that. Maybe even a longboard or
Okay.
land shark. Land shark is what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Yeah.
Something you could drink on a beach, or it's very tropical because I'm having a burrito,
Mm-hmm.
Mexican, whatever. Um, Sometimes that'll dictate it. Sometimes it's the flavor of the beer to pair well with the meal. So I guess I can't really give
I
you a
guess.
good answer. Give me an example, and then I could give you an answer.
Okay. Just a here. You know what? The lemon ginger shandy that we had while we were
Okay,
down
what
there.
what would I
Or
pair that with?
yes.
Um, probably probably a nice sandwich or something. It doesn't matter what sandwich, but
Mm-hmm.
that would be like a lunchtime beer. You
Yeah.
know, so you're having a nice sub sandwich, and you just want something to wash it down. It isn't gonna totally get you buzzed or get you going.
Yeah.
But just with a nice flavor, lemon ginger radler right there, or a farmhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
So
See, when I had that, I kind of got the idea of I would want something spicy with it. I would want a nice little kick to that because I feel like that beer would wash that down real nice. So maybe like some sort of like hot wing, or maybe some sort of like spicy meat on a sandwich. I would want something with a nice kick to it though.
okay.
As
In
far
terms
as
of balancing out the sweet of the beer,
yeah, yeah, that would be my
usually if I'm
personal thought.
if I'm eating like hot wings or something, I'll get a nice hoppy beer or something to go totally different
Something
on the
bitter.
flavor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Totally different on the flavor platform.
I
Because
feel you
then
there.
it'll also kind of cancel out the heat a little bit if it's getting a little too hot.
No, yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. Well, that's always fun to ask because you never know. Because some people, other people would give a completely different answer to the different beers. Um, so we've talked about like Super Bowl snacks before, but one thing we haven't really talked about is the like it's too early for dinner but too late for lunch snack. You know,
Oh
where
no,
it's something
case,
significant.
in that case, I'm eating a meal right then.
Okay.
Usually, like if it's like 3 or 4 o'clock, fuck
Hmm.
it, I'm having a giant meal to last me the rest of the day.
Well, then again, you're also used to eating at like 3 or 4 o'clock for dinner because you're an old man.
No,
But
hey, just because I can go for the early bird doesn't mean I like eating there. I go for the deals, bargain shopper.
okay, okay.
Okay, don't discriminate, motherfucker.
I'm not discriminating,
Oh, yeah,
sir.
that's discrimination. That is old age discrimination. Assuming when I eat dinner.
Oh man. So, does the time of the day depend or determine what you kind of feel?
Like just what I want.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm still gonna eat what I want. I'll just eat a little more of it,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, I try not to be a snack person. I
Hmm.
don't get me wrong. I can snack and I will snack, but I try to avoid it. That's one of the things I've cut down on since the new year.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the people New Year, new me. But I did try and cut out snacking.
Well,
You know,
that's something good.
at least in terms of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like snacking to bridge from one meal to the next,
Yeah.
or like the after 11 p.m. snacks.
Okay. Yeah.
So what about you?
At that point, I guess it all also depends on what my plan for dinner is. Because if I'm like planning on going out, but we're not going out until like 10 o'clock, and I plan on eating sometime, early when we go out, then I'll have, just like a typical sandwich or something. I usually won't make something massive, but I don't want some like junk snack foods, I want something like almost like a lunch, like a quick lunch. The other thing though too, I would also
So a vegan meal would be perfect for you right there.
a salad would be perfect. Yeah, I would love a
Mm-hmm.
salad. A nice salad
God.
with some raspberry vinaigrette dressing on it, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. No, cheese crackers and like the cold cut meats too would be a nice snack for me at that point.
Oh, a nice little meat and cheese board. I could dig
Oh
that.
yeah, oh yeah.
Nice little
Especially
meat
have
and
some
cheese
beers too,
board.
Pull an old Sankas out. That was
Oh,
that's some good
oh,
stuff there.
they got some good meats.
Oh yeah. Oh, they do.
Unlike Arby's, they actually have good meats.
Arby's has the meats, but we're not saying if it's good or not.
No comment.
Speaking
Yeah.
of which,
All right. So
Yeah.
then, what's your favorite like type of food? Like Italian or what? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, are
I
you an Italian guy? Are you a Mexican guy? Are you a
I would
Latin
have to
flair
go
guy?
I would have to go with a true American style. I like a big fat steak with some potatoes, meat potatoes, uh, maybe something else on the side too, but yeah, or a nice juicy burger. I usually have room in my stomach for a burger. But just like the typical what people think of when they say American food, a big T-bone steak or porterhouse or something along those lines, or even just like a big burger. That would
I feel
probably be
you.
my favorite.
Okay.
Outside
Okay.
of that, though, I do love me some Mexican. Flair. I guess not just specifically Mexican, but like the Hispanic, Latino type of foods.
Well, they're all different. Like you
Yeah,
could kind of Hispanic is totally different from Mexican and Latin food
I mean,
or
and
Latino,
I'm
whatever.
just
How
kind
you
of putting
say
a
it.
broad blanket because I
Mm,
can try like a true Latino food and then try a true Hispanic food, and I would
mhm.
enjoy them both. equally for different reasons.
Well,
So
yeah,
I'm
because
just kind of
they got
throwing a
different flavors, different
yeah.
spices.
I'm
I'm not
probably
gonna have Venezuelan and then be like, I expect the same out of that Mexican food. No, no, no,
no,
no.
exactly. And I'm just
You got
kind of throwing a broad blanket over the
spices,
top
different
of that.
styles of beans,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
But usually there's some really good and interesting combos that sometimes I'm like I would never try that by myself, but
So,
because
so
it's here,
you're not a deep fried cricket guy. Then I take it.
it most of the time I would try everything once.
Okay, fair enough.
So
I haven't
if
had those, but I would try those.
if the moment was right, then yeah, I would try it. Like I want to, Central Illinois and have some guy saying, "Oh, I'm selling deep fried crickets." I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't trust you, dude." But if I'm like
Why
down
wouldn't you?
in,
That's pretty simple.
eh,
All you got to do is catch you spear a cricket and deep fry it. How hard is that?
yeah, but I'm sure there is something they do, you
I
know?
guess maybe it's not deep fried. It's whatever.
Yeah,
Cooked crickets. That's like a south east, yeah, Southeast Asia thing.
yeah.
Thailand.
It, I guess it would depend on the situation I was in. If I was visiting somewhere, and that was a thing, then yeah, I would definitely want to try it. One time. If I didn't like it, whatever.
Fair enough. I
So,
applaud that. I applaud that. For me, my favorite like type of food, I'd probably just go straight barbecue.
barbecue. Okay.
Yeah. You got your beef, you get some nice brisket, the burnt ends of the brisket. Ooh wee.
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Ooh wee. Just roll me away when I'm done.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with the pulled pork.
Oh no.
Barbecue chicken, pretty good. But a surprising one that makes the list is that barbecue pastrami that we had in St. Louis. You
Oh
remember that?
yeah. I forgot about that. That was
Oh,
so good.
it blew my mind. I I heard barbecue pastrami and I was like, we're gonna hard pass that. That is a lunch meat hard pass. But we had it and I was like, ooh, mind changed.
Yeah. And
Mind blown from that flavor.
I think that was that there just showed the versatility of pastrami as a meat. It was very, very good.
It
And
was
then that
mind-boggling
what
good.
was it? It was that pineapple barbecue sauce or whatever it was.
Yep, Hawaiian barbecue.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
hmm And that played real well with the pastrami.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. I don't remember what was the name of that place.
That was Bogarts in
Bogarts,
St.
yeah.
Louis.
Oh man, Bogarts doing some amazing work.
Yes, sir. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Delicious.
And yeah, barbecue takes the cake for me. A very, very close second would probably, and a tie for second at that, very close, would be a nice Mexican meal,
Mm-hmm.
and that's tied with some Cajun food.
Ooh, yeah, Cajun is delicious.
So those are all really close. It was real hard for me to separate, a winner there, but I've got to do it for you guys, the loyal listeners of the 101 Things podcast.
Yes, and we do appreciate all of you guys tuning in every week or whenever you do tune in. We do appreciate it no matter what. I do want to say though, because you did bring up Cajun, and I'm going to kind of lump this in, though some parts of it may not be considered truly Cajun. But I had alligator for the first time down there.
It's got to be Cajun.
Yeah.
It takes a true backwoods bumpkin out of
Mhm.
Louisiana to wrangle an alligator and eat it.
Okay. Well then, yeah. So tying into Cajun, I tried alligator for the first time, and I was surprised at how much it truly does taste like chicken. I thought that was just like, oh yeah, it tastes like chicken. Like, yeah, because chicken's good, and most people think chicken is good, and like, oh yeah, it tastes like chicken. Yeah,
It
but
does.
no, it really does taste like chicken.
And it's got its own distinct twist to it.
Yeah, yeah. It was fantastic. I was pleasantly surprised by it. So that was one of those things where I saw that and I was like, that is something I've always wanted to try because I used to watch the alligator show on History where they would go out and catch the gators.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And
I'm gonna cut it off there because that's gonna be a real dangerous digression there that I don't want on the show.
no
For
problem.
once, for once we'll stop a nice talking about something we don't even want to talk about for like 10
Well,
minutes.
all I would say was that because of that, I've always wanted to try Gator. So I
Oh,
finally got the chance, and it was fantastic. I give it 10 thumbs up. I'm gonna have to steal some thumbs.
you're not taking mine.
Well, I'll go find them here.
All right, and that is the last time you will see BrownieBits on the show. He will be calling in from a prison cell shortly, folks.
The quality of the recording may change a little bit.
Yeah, but also, okay, since we've been talking about all kinds of barbecue and meat and everything, if you got to pick a favorite kind of jerky, what is it?
Ooh.
Or like, what's your favorite jerky you've ever had or something? You
Are
know,
we
something
talking
along
like
those lines.
brand or are we talking like flavor?
Just flavor, I
Okay.
guess. You don't necessarily have to have a favorite flavor or just a style of flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a sweet spot in my heart for teriyaki, but I can't have a lot of it, you know? Like one bag is about doing it for me for a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't eat the whole bag in one sitting because it's just such a strong flavor, but I do enjoy it.
Yep.
So teriyaki would probably be the top of the line there for me. Though there is I can't. It's like a sweet hot version. I don't remember what the actual name of it is, but it's kind of like that Hawaiian barbecue sauce, where
Gotcha.
it's got some sweetness, but it's also got
Yeah,
some
and
heat
it's
to
got a
it.
little bit of zing on the back end.
Yeah, very similar
Okay.
to that. So
Yeah, for me, currently, my favorite flavor of jerky. I ran out recently. I got to re up my stock.
hmm
That is my guilty snack. I will say that. But it's jerky, so it's it's not terribly bad for me.
yeah.
But whatever. It's a barbecue bison jerky.
Ooh.
I get all my jerky from a little store up in central Michigan. It's called the Dublin General Store,
hmm
and they've got probably 30, 40 types of jerky you can order online. You walk into that general store, they sell everything there. They got a hardware aisle, they got a gun aisle, they got a fishing aisle, and right behind all of that, they've got the, produce and meat sections, and they've got an aisle of jerky.
Oh man.
So they don't sell all of it online, but they do sell a fair portion of it online. So
Yeah.
just look them up, Dublin General Store, and all kinds of jerky. I've ordered ostrich jerky from them.
Ooh.
They do have gator jerky. It was out when I tried to get it last time. Hopefully they have it this time.
Yeah.
But they've got everything from your regular old venison jerky
hmm
all the way to your exotic stuff, like I was saying.
Yeah.
So, and all kinds of flavors, from ranging from mild to sweet, all the way up to like 5 alarm hot.
Yeah. I mean, I love a good jerky. I'm
Also,
always willing to
I
try
don't know
that
if they
stuff
still
too.
have it in, but they had a really good Cajun turkey,
Ooh.
which I'd never heard of turkey jerky before.
Uh, now you have turkey jerky.
Yes, and it was Cajun.
So just adding layers onto that.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess the next thing cuz I think jerky kind of slides it or slides into it. Do you prefer turkey or ham at like
Ham,
family gatherings? Ham?
ham,
You
ham.
no question.
No question. I'm not too much of a turkey guy.
Okay. Okay. That's always something good to know too. I do enjoy ham. But
What about you?
I would have to go with the ham because my grandma makes just this great ham in the oven every family gathering basically. And then we always have turkey too. So
And I suck it up at Thanksgiving, and I eat the turkey,
mhm.
but it's just something I do. You
Yeah.
know, occasionally I'll get it on a sandwich or something, but not a huge turkey guy.
One thing that you might be interested to try. My dad and uncle, and I may have sent you the picture, but my dad and uncle are big smokers, so they like to smoke just about anything they can possibly get their hands on. Like, they've smoked meatloaf before. They've smoked cabbage, like a whole head of cabbage before. Both turned out fantastic too. Very different, but very good. But they've smoked like turkeys. They smoke brisket. You know, they get a nice, that brisket where you start to cut into it and it's just juicy, you know, super juicy. I mean, I've seen a lot of, I mean, we've smoked rabbit before.
I've never had rabbit before.
Oh,
That'd be
it's
kind of
good.
cool.
It is good.
Now, have you smoked a squirrel yet?
They may have. I have not been around if they have.
How do you get any decent chunk of meat out of a squirrel?
It's actually a fairly meaty animal.
You just gotta like pop a couple of them and
yeah,
go
basically.
to town.
Yeah.
Fuck squirrels. They go right on my hated animal list right after geese.
Wow.
And ducks. Geese and ducks are the same at number one. Then it's squirrel.
Duck though, duck is delicious meat.
Never had that.
That's also something you should.
I heard it's a very like juicy meat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very similar to like your typical chicken, but it's very juicy. It's good, especially when cooked right. So, but yeah, I definitely enjoy the old smoking. My uncle and nephews got my dad a custom stand-up smoker.
Nice.
And it's
And
got the
I'm
high
just
school.
gonna throw this out there. Is your dad or your uncle named Jay?
No.
Just so I could always refer to him as Smoking Jay.
No.
Oh, okay. Not fun then.
My dad is
Jay
a
Cutler.
cartoon character though, if that counts.
Not. It was dumb Jay Cutler reference, so I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. Oh, no big deal. Okay. What is your favorite dessert?
Ooh, dessert. Let's see. I don't know. I gotta think on this. Do you have an answer?
I've got an answer. I'm going to go super white and say cheesecake.
Cheese? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I've had, anywhere from strawberry cheesecake to Reese's peanut butter cheesecake and
It's got peanut butter in it. I hate it already.
well, I mean, it's just cheesecake itself is so versatile. You can add a lot of different flavors to it. That's probably one of my favorite ones. Either that or a good brownie, which is typical.
I don't know. This is a hard question. I think I might have to go with spice cake. I'm going with spice cake 110%.
I don't think I've ever had that before.
Well, I'll fucking make you one.
Old man is...
Everybody I know down here swears by it now that I make. So...
Well, I'm definitely game for that, for sure. Then.
So I'll fucking make you one. It'll change your world.
Sounds fantastic. I have one last question that I have to know, and I think this is the food debate of the century right now. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, see, me too.
Also, I thought what you were going to say, the food debate of the century, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Well, that too, I guess.
Fuck you.
But
No, it's not a sandwich. Are you dumb?
No, I didn't say yes. I don't think it is.
Oh, I asked you the question, and then you just said yes, so I assumed that you were answering the question.
No, I was saying yes to where I should have. Yes,
Okay.
well, that too.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that a hostility is still warranted, but not necessarily as bad.
Yeah,
Fuck you for making me hostile.
Well, I deserve that.
All right, guys, you heard it here. A sandwich does not include hot dog.
Yes. And pineapple
Hot dog is not a sandwich.
Pineapple goes on pizza, and Apples go on pizza, and strawberries can go on.
Apples.
Oh yeah, dude. Apple and bacon. Whoo. Whoo, it's so good.
I don't like. The only time my apples could be mushy is in an apple pie. Other than that, they just get slimy. So it's a texture thing.
Okay. Okay. I'll give you that. I've even seen strawberries on pizza.
Yeah, I'm not. No comment. That I threw up in my mouth a little bit right there, folks.
Well, I guess it would depend on the sauce you used. I would not put it with red sauce. But
Oh, so you were talking a dessert pizza? That's not
no,
even fair.
no.
You're
Maybe olive oil, or even a
whatever.
yeah. I'm not
Strawberries is a
no. I'm
little much
talking
for
like
me.
a dinner pizza, not a dessert pizza. That doesn't count as pizza. That's a dessert.
Strawberries a little much for me. Go back to the fucking weird ass the island of misfit food eaters that you came from.
Okay, I will. Fine.
But before you go, we'll have to wrap up and exchange some dad jokes, and hopefully you got a riddle or two for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can get you a riddle or two. So.
What do you want to do first? Dad jokes or riddles?
Let's do some dad jokes.
Okay. Hey, before we get started on that,
Okay.
I just read a book about Stockholm Syndrome, and I just wanted to tell you guys that it was pretty bad at first, but by the end, I loved it.
Oh man, that's that's a good one. I definitely like it.
There you go. Okay.
Do I enjoy making courthouse puns? Guilty.
I'm pretty sure I've either read that or said that, but it doesn't matter. You said it here, and it's still good. It's still good. Oh, man. Oh, just read a few facts about frogs. They were riveting.
Oh man. How do you make an octopus laugh?
I don't know.
With 10 tickles.
Oh, oh, man. Not a fan. How about this? What do you get if you stand between two llamas?
What do you get?
Laminated.
Oh. Did you hear that Arnold Schwarzenegger will be doing a movie about classical music?
No.
He'll be Bach.
That's good. I did see one where it was basically it was the same punchline, but it was a little more built up. It was like Matthew McConaughey was saying, "All right, all right, all right,"
Oh yeah, yeah.
and so that was a little related, but I have heard that before, a different version of that before. It's still good. How about this? My friend said you have a BA, a master's, and a PhD, but you still act like an idiot. It was a third-degree burn.
That's really bad. I love it though.
Okay, and I'll follow it up with another good one.
Okay.
My grandpa warned people the Titanic would sink.
Yeah.
No one listened, but he kept warning them until they got sick of him and kicked him out of the cinema.
Yeah, I've seen that one recently. That is fantastic. Still great. Still great. Oh man. My wife asked me to sync her phone, so I threw it into the ocean. I don't know why she's mad at me.
Oh man. I can only picture how many doghouses that guy is going to be sleeping in.
Right. Oh man.
All right. There were 3 guys on a boat. They had 4 cigarettes, but nothing to light them with. What did they do?
What do they do?
They threw 1 cigarette overboard, and the boat becomes a cigarette lighter.
Well, yeah. That would do it. Okay, I've got one more for you. My friend keeps saying, "Cheer it, man. It could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well.
Oh man, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. What do you call a Mexican who has lost his car?
What?
Carlos.
I love the good old name puns.
Mm-hmm. I got one more. I got one more.
Are you going to extend your streak?
Oh fuck! I forgot.
Oh, no.
I think I'll find one before the end of the show. Maybe
Okay.
not. Probably not. I don't want to build people's hopes up.
Okay.
I just lost it. Sorry. Two goldfish are in a tank. One says to the other, "Do you know how to drive this thing?"
Yeah. Oh God.
Wow.
It didn't hit me right at first, but
That one flew right over your head. I can't end on that.
Yeah,
I can't end on that. Okay. Since we talked about food, this one ties in. Thought about going on an all almond diet. Nah, but that's just nuts.
I got that one.
Okay, good. Oh, God, fuck, that was a good fucking fish joke too. Ah, man, disappointed in you.
I'm sorry.
All right, so you got any riddles for me this week?
I've got one to start off with.
I don't have any riddles, just FYI.
Okay. How many bricks does it take to complete a building made of brick?
The fuck? All of them?
No.
The necessary amount.
No.
This is dumb. I already want to punch you in the face.
I'm glad I started with this one then.
How many bricks does it take to build a building entirely composed of bricks? So the whole thing's bricks.
Yeah.
The whole building's made out of bricks. There's nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Then one.
Just one, because that's the last one. And then it's complete.
Oh shit, I said one for a totally different reason. I was gonna go with, well, if the whole thing's a fucking brick, I was just gonna say that somebody put a one brick thing out there and said that's the building.
Okay.
I totally thought that was a fucking stupid riddle, so I gave it a fucking stupid answer.
But it turned out to be right.
Okay. A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, guys. Fuck you.
Okay, I've got another one. There are two ducks in front of two other ducks.
Time out. I'll fuck a duck up. Continue.
Okay. There are two ducks behind two other ducks. There are two ducks beside two other ducks. How many ducks are there?
There are two ducks in front of other ducks.
And two ducks in front of two other ducks.
And then there are two ducks behind two ducks.
Yep.
And then there are two ducks beside two ducks.
Yep. How many ducks?
Total ducks.
Total ducks.
The answer is either 6 or 8.
Okay. But it's not.
No, you're fucking wrong. I don't need this shit.
You want the answer?
No, I don't want the answer. I just want to rip your fucking face off.
4 ducks.
No, because ducks can't be in front and behind of one another.
They're just describing the ducks in opposite order.
But you said two ducks beside two ducks.
Mm-hmm.
That already there is 4.
Yeah.
And if you're
they're all
standing
4. It's
side
the
by-
same 4. They're just describing them in different order. So 2 ducks in front of 2 other ducks. So 2 in front, 2 in back.
Oh,
And
Fuck
there are two.
this. Get the hell off of this podcast right now. I'm fucking done. No, game over. Fuck this. I don't want this anymore. Fuck that.
Man.
That takes this cake at number 2. Most hated riddle ever.
Next to the boundary one.
Yes. Yes, definitely after the boundary one.
Oh, we did it, guys. We did it.
You still haven't beat the boundary question, though, so don't celebrate yet.
I'm just celebrating because we pissed you off.
God, fuck that. I don't know how I didn't picture that one. God. All right, you got another one? If not, that's fine.
No, I don't. I do not.
Good.
I have a Shannonism, though.
That's fine. Let's end it on a Shannonism.
Okay. Do you have a...
I don't have no social media this week.
Okay.
I ripped up the paper when I was fucking furious about that riddle.
Okay. So, Shannonism. Both men could have been hurt, and that would have wiped out 2/3 of the infield.
God, this guy must have fucking smoked crack or something as a child.
Most of the time he says these things when he's drunk, so...
A sane person wouldn't.
Well, Mike Shannon would. We love him in Cardinals Nation. We absolutely love him. Great radio broadcaster, especially when he gets into these Shannonisms.
God damn, fuck this guy. He's suffering the brunt of some post-riddle anger.
Probably, yeah. Well, that's
guys.
all I have. So
Yeah, I've got nothing else for you listeners out there. So I'm gonna sign off. Peace out.
thank you guys again, and remember to check us out on Twitter and on Castbox. All the links are down below in the description. So we will see you guys next week. Bye.